Chlorocoon says CHEER 100 muted.
And a line.
I have never had that not turn on for me before. Oh, the battery's dead for some reason. Well, that's weird. Hold on. I have a solution for this already. I have power over here for it. Why did it not charge?
CX says CHEER 100 dog face McDodgers, and why do you drink so much beer?
And a line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Dogface, thank you for the 100 bits. Now my joke was ruined. Oh well. All right. No, it's not you, Deziak.
Matt Genko Tech says CHEER 100 dot because beer dot.
And a line.
Kiss beard. What? Anyway, yeah, more PS2 stuff. The joke was when you couldn't hear me, I was saying I'm not being held hostage by the PS2 or anything. And then when I was drinking the coffee, I blinked out SOS. It was a joke. Anyway,
Chlorocoon says CHEER 100 first you have issues telling UK chats from each other. Now you can't tell Dogfuss from Desiak.
And a line.
what are you talking about? Deziak is the one who... What? I don't... Whatever. You guys are annoying. Anyway. I thought I said thank you to Deziak for the 100 bits. Maybe not. Majenko, thank you for the 100 bits. Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Once you explain the joke, it becomes even funnier. Yeah, I know. It would have been good. I had to explain it no matter what, so no one actually caught that I blinked SOS. I thought there might have been a problem. So no matter what, I was going to explain it. But, you know, you missed it.
Chlorocoon says CHEER 100 dot of course we're annoying. We're chat dot it's our thing.
And a line.
Anyway, all right. Here's the deal. Remember all that fun stuff that we did with the PS2? Haha, no you don't, because that doesn't happen. You remember last weekend when we put AutoCAD on the PS2 and did multi-monitor stuff, and it was cool. So all that footage, I'm going to take that and I'm going to just throw it away. Has
Lane
nothing to do with the
subscribed at
fact that I
tier 1.
forgot to use the
Lane
correct
subscribed
monitors.
for 49 months and said one more for 50.
And a line.
Lanesy, thank you for the tier 1 sub there, and for you almost threw me off there. So 49. That's
Ellen
one of them
Croft
hard
subscribed at
numbers.
tier 1. They
32.
subscribed for 42 months, currently on a
8.
14-month streak, and says 42 months and maybe some more PS/2 hardware shows up soon.
And a line.
Lanesy, thank you for the 49 months there, and Helen Croft, thank you for the 42 months. I appreciate that. Did I do that right? I don't know. It's whatever. So this channel is the official micro channel aficionado. Oh gosh. My lights popped right now. Yeah, or you mean last weekend? Yeah. So the lights. Let me explain that. Nothing has changed. I am currently trying to research what I might want for lights. So I am considering getting more of the big fancy pants lights that I use, and then 4 foot wide by 1 foot tall rectangular soft boxes, and then having them mounted here. But the problem is that I don't think there's enough room for that. So that might not be an option. So I don't know. I might play around with the other lights in different configurations with the soft boxes that I have now, just to see what works and what doesn't. But for right now, I'm not buying any new lights because I don't want to get locked into something else yet. So, self-hosted Exchange server.
David
Okay.
Clinton says there are 4 lights CHEER 100.
And a line.
There, in fact, are 4 lights. David, thank you for the 100 bits. Okay, so if it's not the monitors, why are we redoing that? Well, buy one of those soft boxes
David
and
Clinton
experience.
says no problem,
I can just look at the numbers.
CHEER 100.
And a line.
David, thank you for the 100 bits yet again. Just Dziak. I can look at the numbers and go, those numbers, they're more than the numbers here. This is CGA. That's the whole crux of the situation here. So, recap. Okay. This is an IBM PS2 Model 70, all right? It's an atrocious computer that's very dumb, and I hate it, I promise. I don't secretly really like it or anything. But what it turns out I do secretly like is the video card that's in it, which is an IBM 8514. And I am becoming increasingly convinced it is one of, if not the most influential video cards of all time. And I want to make the video that I was going to make about just doing multi-monitor AutoCAD nonsense into an y'all been sleeping on the 8515 video, basically. So I need to kind of change courses in what I'm doing, which is kind of annoying because the whole AutoCAD thing was actually not too bad. I don't know, maybe it can be edited into a second channel video or something. I don't know, but I'm not making 2 videos about the 8514. Oh, hold on, I need to kill this.
CHEER 100 to CX says CHEER 100. Dogfuss McDodgerson says shut up to CX.
And a line.
Dogface, this time I read it. Thank you for the 100 bits. So, here's the deal, all right? I am trying to find software that will run on the 8514. So, buy cards before releasing the video and sell them with profit. Yeah, to all those people running MCA computers with, you know, interlaced compatible monitors. Yep, Raz, that is basically it. Saw your message on Discord earlier, was in a meetings and we get around to finishing my... May want to also check how the XGA basically fits in the timeline. So the XGA doesn't really, because the 8514 got the ball rolling. So IBM releasing the XGA card, it's like the genie was out of the bottle already. Vase already existed. The clones were already copying them. XGA came out and it added some features, yes, but the market had already adapted. So it's a little different. Has 3 slots, and they're all filled with Sound Network and SCSI.
GOGOGADGET 360 SIZHER 100. I see we have a choo-choo during another PS2 2SO. Clearly you love the PS2. Despite all your protests. We now know the truth.
End of line.
Go Gadget, thank you for your 100 bits and your lies. One moment. I'll be right back.
Valjumet says please insert 100r.efferensbits.cher 100.
End of line.
And thank you for the 100 bits. XJ was later, good to know. Didn't have time to look it up. Yeah, so XJ was the successor to the 8514. Basically to get rid of the stupid interlaced video output. Speaking of stupid interlaced video output, Diamond Stealth 24, okay? This is the card that we were gonna use for the reverse sleeper build using the Silverstone FLP1 case. I was wanting to look at this box this week while I was working on videos and research and stuff. And turns out it's pretty substantial. Non-interlaced is referenced here, and Windows Accelerator is referenced here. This is essentially what the offspring of the 8514 are. I'm getting ahead of what the video is going to be, but Windows Accelerator essentially means 8514 clone. Non-interlaced is because this is an S3 based card, specifically an S3 801, and S3 kind of decided, hey, you know, the 8514 is cool, but also, you know, it sucks and we're gonna fix it. So when they cloned it, they made some fixes. Now this is not an 806911, which would be cool, but this is actually kind of a second gen 8514 clone.
NEODRAGON 90S subscribed at tier 1. They've subscribed for 48 months. And says choo choo tilde.
End of line.
Neo Dragon, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 48 months. I appreciate that. So that's what that display controller is. It is effectively an 8514 clone. Now that's from 1992, by the way. In 1990, ATI released a Mach 8 card, which was a direct clone of the 8514, but for ISA 16-bit slots. And then they released the Mach Ultra, which was the merger of, I don't remember exactly what 2D controller, just regular VGA, and the Mach 8 into one card. And that is basically what that is, but more 85, 8, or 14 compatible. And there was a Mach Ultra on eBay that was taunting me all week, and then I got in to here and I saw the box. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is the story. This is the whole thing. I need the Mach Ultra. So I bought the Mach Ultra. So that was expensive because it's a complete in-box example. Thankfully, I don't really care about having the box for the 8514 because it would just be a blue box that says 8514A in IBM, and that would be it. So who cares? It could not be helped. It really could not be helped. I tried my darndest not to buy it, and then I had to buy it. So, yep. ATI Ultra is ATI 851 Ultra and VJ Wonder Plus. Yeah, the VJ Wonder, that's it. So the 8015, yeah, the Ultra is kind of interesting because it's also kind of 8514 Plus. I don't know, we'll characterize it when we get it. There's some critical stuff that's going to come with that, specifically drivers for stuff like Lotus that are going to let it work with the 8514. Which brings us to what today's topic actually is. So first off, I have KiCad complete here. We'll get to that in a second. And then we have Word version 6. Now, Word version 6 for DOS supports 8514. And this is not that's for Windows. So we're gonna have to take a trip to WinWorld. But it looks good for video. I want to test as many native 8514 programs as I possibly can. Now, I already have 2 other programs that don't have official releases. One is, I think it was called Dazzle, and it's some kind of smoke 'em if you got 'em screensaver. You'll understand when you see it. Be perfect for Jeff Minter. And then the other is, oh my gosh, brain. Mahjong 8514. It is potentially the only game ever programmed for 8514. It's not actually finished. There's a patched version that I don't know what it patches. But the 8514 Mahjong is, again, as far as I'm aware, the only game for the 8514. So, yeah. Did FractInt support it? I don't remember what that is, but yeah, there were a couple of programs that supported it. I'm not going to try and run everything, especially CAD programs, because it doesn't matter quite how many CAD. Oh yeah, I do want to test if KiCad Complete supports it. Mostly because I believe this was like a mid to late 90s release. And it says it supports VGA or higher display. And I'm just curious if that means 8514 since I have it. I know it runs and all that fun stuff. So we're just going to chuck that in there at some point here. We can just do this right now while I'm yapping. Because this is the easiest one to test. So I want to run Mahjong 8514, but I'm not... Oh, FractInt is fractals. Trust me, Dazzle's gonna look way cooler. As long as it actually works, it'll rock your socks. It's pretty darn sweet. So yeah. Word 6.0 is the oldest software that works on Windows 11. Okay. But yeah. Word for DOS. Yep, that was a thing. But yeah, we're already gonna have random psychedelic programs, so we don't need Mandelbrot 1 too. Especially, I don't want to show too many just like random enthusiast programs.
100. My socks do not rock. They are more into smooth jazz.
End of
Oh,
line.
your socks are boring. So some image viewer, some for DOS, forget the name, supported a bunch of adapters. Yeah. Again, not really interested in homebrew, just because that's kind of different. Full game went late. It's just, okay. All right. Pop in KiCad, see what we get. In theory, I should have, you know what would help is if I actually set the video output to output video. One moment. There you go. Okay. All right. One KiCad Complete disk. This will somewhere say on here like version 6.0. I'm beginning to think that they're dirty liars and that they never released versions 1 through 5 and that they just called it version 6.0 so that it sounded more mature than it actually was. All right. So yes, the AI thing, I didn't actually talk about that. That's the HDI load program. So interesting thing, almost everything that works with the 8514 goes through that program, at least if it's running through DOS, because that's the API. So it loads as a TSR for the 8514 to be accessed because, and this is one of the critical things about the 8514 and why it's so interesting that what happened with it happened. IBM did not publish documentation for how to directly control the 8514. So the fact that ATI and S3 straight up cloned it is crazy. So, as you can tell, I've done a lot of research on this since we last talked here, and I have a newfound respect for this thing. So, okay. let's get KiCad installed. I don't remember if it's just dir. Yeah, installed it bad. Okay, install. If I remember, it just puts it in the root of the C drive. Floppy or hard drive letters are not specified. Okay, install AC. Sure. Install AC. There we go. KiCad will be installed. Please make sure. Yeah, there's enough space, whatever. All right. Ugh. Whoop. Yeah, this is definitely taken on a whole new life than I initially thought it would. Here I thought, oh, I'm just gonna make a nice simple video about dual monitor AutoCAD, ha 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 ha. Then I stumble onto the origin of all modern PC graphics. Oh, it's a very rudimentary installer, Stormcrash, yeah. I installed it on my 5150 earlier, so I'm familiar with the process it goes through. Moraf's World, 8514. I don't know what that is. KiCad, activate program, KiCad. I think we have to configure it still. Wow, that was like really nice.
CHEER 100 parcel for a Shelby. It contains a rapid poll.
End of line.
One moment. Oh my gosh, what on earth? If this supports 8514, that's going to be amazing. Can someone check if... What? I need to know more about that. Yeah, so this is KiCad. Nope, not KiCad. Also, you want to know what's really horrible? There is KiCad, and then there is also CAD key. Not even making it up. Okay, file, new load, or configure system. We want to config. Output. That's not what we want. Device. That's also not what I want. You know, if I remember correctly, actually, I need to look at the word book, and I need to see what the launch flags are, because if I remember correctly, you have to provide a launch flag for the different video cards, and I probably could have just looked at that before installing the program to see what it would actually support. Now that I think about it. Let's see.
MCAT says UNI 100, so when are we gonna get into Taika?
End of line.
I'm a cat. Thank you for the 100 bits. So, probably never, because as far as I'm aware, this predates that, and this is completely, well, I don't know about predates that. Let me rephrase that. This has nothing to do with that, and is its own thing entirely. Okay, so there's an SVGA Super Graphics mode, but they call it 800 by 600. Interesting. Capable displaying S800 by 600 systems equipped such monitor card combo. SVGA switch is not used. Program will attempt to detect appropriate hardware settings. Unsuccessful. Most likely start by EJ or CJ mode. Okay. So there is a VGA mode that it tries to detect. I'm going to guess it detected it because it's a PS2. It's like the most VGA computer you could possibly have. There's an AT&T mode. Wow. That's crazy. But no 8514 mode. So I probably could have just, yeah, read the word. The book to know this. Yeah. So ATI Wonder VGA supposedly did 800 by 600. Oh, that's good to know. I should make sure I look up that card before I do the 8514 video. Yeah, okay. So not Gonna support 8514. Yeah, 1980. Yeah, but I'm okay. It's just a completely different. They're parallel things, and the 8514 is what actually like had the market saturation. How do you quit? Escape. There we go.
ST0 Army Crush says CHEER 100. The National Weather Service has issued an ancient software warning for the following counties. Yours.
End of line.
Storm Crash, thank you for the 100 bits. All right. Let's see about... well, let's try and get some of the other weirder programs onto here. This should not take long, and unfortunately they're on my laptop, not the workstation. So let me just sneaker net these over. So I will be boop, working on that, which is going to take a second. All right. Little disappointing KiCad didn't support that, but not even the slightest bit surprising. Oh my gosh, there were so many discs for AutoCAD. Holy moly. All right, hold on. I'm just copying over the files for Dazzle and Mahjong, and we'll go ahead and grab Word 6.0 while we're at it. We're not going to actually set it up on the flash drive, but we're going to have it ready to pop on there. All right. The other objective for this weekend is to more formally build that 386 motherboard up that we were testing. We're going to leave it on the test bench because I'm going to need it for the 8514 video. So we will be doing that. Okay. I did make a PS2 video or folder, didn't I? No? Okay, let's just do this. 8514, how about that? Okay. Did we find out why the render was so slow last time? Yes, because it was only using conventional memory. So it was stuck with 640K and it was swapping to the hard drive constantly. All right. So this is Dazzle. I have no idea if this is just, why is it 27 megabytes? Oh, because there's a bunch of, it's the whole archive.org emulation machine. Okay. Is this, yeah, that's what we want. Okay, so I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to convert this to a directory, extract, Autodesk subfolder, and then we're going to convert this into a disk image. Boop. There are things getting hot over there. The RetroTank 4K starts like making cracking sounds as the plastic heats up. I really think it does need a fan. I need to 3D print one of those Noctua fan mods for it that replaces the little bunny plaque thing. I think it actually needs a fan. How fast is it with not swapping? Very fast. I mean, I can't really quantify it with words, but it's completely usable when it's not swapping. Okay, so there's our first disk image. Let's go ahead and try this one first. All right, Ben, that's good to know. Come on, just eject the drive. There we go. Your post analyze, it's not that fast. I mean, each line gets drawn quickly, but it still has to draw a lot of lines. Is that the Pod racing game? It is Pod, the Ubisoft title, not Pod, the LucasArts title. Menu sound, though. Yes. Okay, I need to not press that. I need to press this. How about this and then this? Boom. There we go. Okay. All right. Drive B. Okay, so we got Dazzle, and then we got Go, whatever Go is. Go.bat. I got no idea what this is. I'm gonna guess this is the, archive.org Dazzle launcher. So we wanna make sure that we understand how Dazzle works. So what I think we're gonna do is let's go ahead and exit. And then I think we got readme.doc. So let's edazzle.doc and see if this, tells us how to launch in 8514 mode. I'm not 100% sure this does 8514. We'll find out. Holy moly. Okay, do we have search? Let's search. 8514. I'm sorry, is that regex style searching? Oh, there we go. 8514A graphics card. Boom. Well, that's gonna be sweet. I can't just press N to go. No, I can't. Okay. When you read me as an epilogue, yeah, exactly. Dazzle's not related to that. No, it's not. Well, the computer is more keyboard responses. I mean, that's the whole CPU-driven interrupt thing. Okay, so we need to figure out how to launch it in 8514 mode. Dazzle can used to aid in relaxation. Oh yeah, it's one of those things. Did slower cycling VGA modes with program really shines? Yeah, it should look pretty, pretty incredible. Oh my gosh, 12 why would you bulk license it? Oh man. Anyway, Dazzle merchandise, music videos. Oh my gosh. Okay, command line options. This is what we're looking for. So we need to just show encoded gibberish because my brain doc. Yeah, well, if that was going to be the case, then we were just going to install Word for DOS before this. Okay. XT compatible, inferior but works. Mad, faster color cycling, quiet, no tones, no effect on warning beeps. Oh my gosh, it's gonna beep? I kind of don't want it to, but that should be hilarious. Tab key will freeze the display till space is pressed. F1 activates online help. F2 provides a configuration menu. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, additional options. We got EGA, hide EGA border, keyboard type matic unchanged, tall video aspect ratio mode. Specifying options. Okay, you gotta give me some more about 8514 though. Okay, let's just, hold on. The display flickers only in the color chain? No. See, say schools bulk licensing? I don't think you understand what this program is. Close out saving, yes. Hold on, just Dazzle. I'd just like to give you an idea of what we're looking at. This is it. This is Dazzle. This is what it does. Yes, this is VGA mode. So this is being displayed on the internal monitor as well. So 8514 mode should display only on here. I would like to point out though, I'm pretty sure this is 256 color VGA mode. So this will be a good demonstration of that. But this is not high res, and this should be able to do high res. But yes, why would you, wow, that is showing off some palette. Why would you bulk license this? That's the question. Okay. Now it said something about config format, but I think we should go back to the README, and I'm just going to search 8514 multiple times to try and figure out. Oh, stop moving the mouse, jeez. Anyway, I'll search 8514 multiple times to try and figure out what the config is for that. 8514. Okay. Is there, I don't see shorthand stuff down there for next. Find next, Control F. Oh, perfect. String not found. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me it's going to be like undocumented or something. And pre-breakfast? Yep. Or mail a check or something. Maybe read the table of contents first? Wait, what is this nerd thing? Table of contents. By the way, you can find this on archive.org if you want to look for it yourself. I know, the old one, that's what I'm saying. Why? There's no reason to bulk license this. Is it gonna toggle those LEDs? My gosh, it's homebrew. It's so homebrew. A 5 dump screen and image to disk. Oh gosh. Color palette, special fade keys. I don't want that. Mouse clicks. I don't even know, man. Continuous drawing mode. Select a random image. Draw a current image. Okay, that's weird. Fade mode. No, it's not. I mean, we could put MDA through the 8514. That better not be what they mean by it supports the 8514A. This should be very, very specific. There was a configuration section. Yeah, we were looking at that. It's all command line options, though. So, if I search, find VGA. So VGA operation forced, but that's it. These are our command line options. None of these are 8514. Unless there's like an undocumented one. If we do -8, it will do 8514. Yeah, the F2 config screen, we could try that. I'm going to see if there's an undocumented -8, and then we'll just try pressing F2. So Dazzle -8. Did not like that. Okay. I do like that it printed the help. Oh my gosh, the online help is going to show the README. All right, let's just launch it. Let's go to the config. I would think we can view the README from within it. It does call it online, so I suppose that makes sense. If we can get this working, does vomit on itself trying to run on this card? I mean, that's different from that, though. Oh, that's not gonna work. This is hilarious. Oh, man. Yeah, that's not quite the same. Okay, online help. Reduce executable size. Menus are limited in scope. Please take time to read the doc. Something or another. Okay. Toggle help. Configuration. Dump screen. Continuous drawing mode. Next image algorithm. Draw image while key is pressed. Initialize something or another. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's about the... And that's it. I think it's about the assets that are... the assets that it will draw while it is sitting there. I don't know that it's going to support the 8514. So for the record, when I showed you both monitors running and it was displaying on this and it was full color, it wasn't doing the same thing that like AutoCAD was, where it was showing full color 640 by 480 on the 8514, because this display is not connected to the 8514 at all. Registration required after 10 days usage. I think I'll be okay. Let's read through the README on a real computer. Make sure we're not missing anything. All right, so 92, that's right when 8514 would have been a thing. 8514. So it's possible it's wrapping. No. Why do they specify 8514 though? That's so weird. My gosh, it's such a long manual. Holy moly. How big is this file? That is enormous. What is wrong with them? Oh, there's... Oh. Okay, that explains it. I think we have the answer. Alrighty. Launch options is bat use. They definitely would not have run it in 8514 mode on there. So AMBW, let's look at that. It's not just LSD. It's what you think you see when you take LSD they're looking at. Okay, so AMBW. A, alternate faster color cycling. That's a choice to make. B, no closing credits or any key abort. Well, come on, no closing credits? The closing credits were great. Why would you get rid of that? M, faster color cycling speed. Again, I feel like archive.org should be using that because that's a massive change. Window environment, no messages, changes some defaults. That, maybe. No retractive hard disk heads. Oh my gosh. Insecure, no antiviral checking. Yeah, that should have been added. Jeez. I assume it's just checksumming the executable or something stupid like that. Oh, Nick, no, I was making a different comment about it. Search for PS2, that's not a bad idea. Yeah. Nope. IBM? Nope. I really, really don't want to read the whole thing. Or even a significant portion of it. Just PS? There's a lot of PS that'll show up. Like perhaps. That, you know. That's not a... How many hits? Does it count? No, I can't see. Literally, perhaps is the first word. Beeps, groups, stops. Yeah, we're not. PS is not going to be acceptable. Oh, there's an explained section. VGA operation. Automatically detect video adapter attached. Should not be necessary to use. Should be blah blah blah. So option E option allow the error messages. E. VGA mode uses all 256 color palette registers, far more subtle and interesting series displays. Default VGA mode uses a especially enhanced 320 by 400 256 mode. It's not properly captured by many commercial products. VGA mode requires no more than 256K video memory. The old ones got it. Its latest DOS version still supports 8514A via the adapter interface? Okay. Well, if Dazzle isn't going to work, Fractint may be the better option. At least one LSD simulator would be worth having. So this... I don't think that's what I want. Can I use 8514 on Linux? Okay, so it's this. What's the difference? Frame for the binary release. Oh gosh, I don't want to compile it. I've been down that road. That road sucks. Okay. I am very disappointed Dazzle's not going to work. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can just have it run for a little while and then automatically close. That's kind of sweet, actually. That combined with some of the other stuff might be kind of cool. Okay, tall. Normally EGA is 640, 350. Screen mount default. VGA uses 320 by 400. T option causes the program to use standard BIOS supported screen resolution and aspect ratio. In fact, somewhat faster image generation, noticeably tall aspect ratio as a version 4.0. This option is functional with the VGA mode and causes it to use BIOS supported 320 by 200 video mode. VGA hardware limitation using this option will prevent the display of dual page effects. Screen composed of different images and the one being displayed is panned or scrolled. I mean, yeah, but that's not really it, the old one. Form test on disk copy itself an attempt to ensure that no unauthorized modifications have been made to the program entry is distributed by electronics. Save feature added. I mean, the first thing I would do is just remove that. Or have it always return yes. Oh my gosh, so this whole file is also contained within the executable. That's just ridiculous. Hotel versions MT Days and related products. Execution is self-activating screensaver under both DOS and Windows 3X. This option allows a retail version of the program on the screensaver driver interface, so it performs normally in that environment, which is interesting. You know, on Windows, Screensavers are just SCR files that are actually EXEs. I wonder if you could just use this as a screensaver. How does the config file work? No? Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about switching into high-res VGA mode. I'm going to go run tall VGA mode just for kicks. See what it does. So I'm going to add /T. But, yeah, I don't think we're going to get 8514. Just small API on the SCR file needs to implement a hook into or something. It's been too long since I messed with that, so I can't remember. Retracting the hard drive heads is pretty clever, though. Okay, hold on. Dazzle program accepts any combination of options, initial command line, it affects mode of operations. Options can be preceded with either / or dash. If you use switch car feature of MS-DOS, / ping and marker or option marker, it can be changed to either key. At least one space must exist. Dazzle. Instructs fixed colors, no retraction. Options can be concatenated into a single string. Separated, same effect. Optional input file can be specified anywhere on the command line. Dazzle DZL is the same effect as that, which is tell Dazzle startup in insecure mode, load the config file. Okay, but what's the config file? There is no config file included. Can I have it dump a config file? I'm just disappointed because it seems like it should work, but it doesn't. Okay, let me go try tall mode real quick, grab the flash drive, and then we'll put Fractint on it. Okay. Dazzle T. Nope, still running on both. Still looks really good on there, though. 256 color mode is very good. Yeah, that is sweet. Weird, but sweet. All right. It's for giggles. Tab. Yeah, that works. Wait, tab does frame advance as well. That's hilarious. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that part's great. All right. I don't need to turn it off. I can still copy Dazzle here. Hold on. Load the TSR thingy? Yes. Yeah, that's not it. All right. go put Fractant on here. Switch to base 16 color mode for the high resolution. Yeah, for SimCity, for sure. Yeah. That would make sense. All right. Frayne. I like that name. All right. Oh, that's a thing. Actions, media image, to disk image, please be 144. Whew. Okay, wait. Yes. Okay, good. How big is all of the files? They're 2 megabytes. Okay. New plan. Yeah, I'm grabbing that now. Okay, let's do this a different way. PK zip is on the KiCad disk. Well, it's too late. All right. I do like this. Okay, back to drive B, and here we go. Wrong disk image. Let's try the other one. Let me go grab my coffee. I will be right back. Good, it was actually correct. Install. Too many parameters, star.exe. What do you mean too many parameters? Hey, okay. Unix line endings in a bat. That could have been it too. Okay. Do this now. Okay. C. MKDir. Let's just keep putting random folders on the root. That sounds like a good idea. So let's make mkdir fract int cd fract int b dir copy star.zip to C. Big file. I do think it's kind of funny that Dazzle doesn't work in a way, because kind of the whole problem was that nothing supported the 8514 because it was trapped on PS2s. But then Windows supported it, and Windows became popular, so that's why the other cards ended up supporting it, just for the Windows stuff. So on, you're allowed literally several dozen directory entries in the root. Yeah. Let's see. C, and then C, bin, pk, unzip, star.zip. We. I have a feeling I was maybe not supposed to do this. Wait, was it like, what is it doing? What are all these like sub-zips? Okay, well, that's, all right. Fract, int, yeah, zip bombed, yeah. Okay, well, that's fun. Okay. So now what? Select video mode. Ooh, okay, here we go. Do we have a mouse? No, why would we have a mouse? IBM VGA non-standard. Okay. Super VGA 8514, low res, high res. Who would want a border? IBM medium res EGA? Okay, well, let's try this. Oh, it's so horrible. I hate it. Oh my god. Ugh. Oh, it's so bad. Why does it look weird over there too? Ugh. Oh my god, it's so flickery. Why? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Why is it like shifted down though? Why is it cropping the bottom? You know, they said with border. I wonder, hold on. Mode unknown. Huh. Well, that's weird. Cropping at the bottom is a good way to get demonetized. Do we even need the bottom? It's the same as the top, just mirrored. $817p. What? What on earth? Does the thing get finished? 1200. What is this? I don't think it's horizontal scan rate. Yeah, 34 kilohertz. I don't know what this is. You know what it might be? I know what it is. Active lines are used as a match for the mode. And I think this is the no border part. Let's try it with border and see if it correctly matches. No. And yeah, it's flickering because it's horrible. That's the secret to the 8514, is that it's actually terrible. And all the clones are better. Does the mouse do anything in Fractant? Fire up the windows and see if the timings agree. I know Windows will be correct. So what I think is happening, or several of the clones to the IBM PC Division motto, yeah. What I think is happening is, I want to say it looks so much better over here, but that's because the monitor sucks. So that's why it looks better. It has like natural anti-aliasing because the dot pitch isn't high enough to actually show 1024. They do have interlaced output, but I think they will also just scan it and make it non-interlaced. Yeah. So I think they will convert it on the fly. You know, hold on. I'm going to go change the decimation level on the capture. I think we're not getting full quality out of this. Yeah, so that's better. So you were seeing it like that. This is more what it's actually like. Yeah, I think Fractant is doing some funky stuff. Which, I mean, kudos to them. Doing that on such a weird video card. Why does it have all this crop stuff for an unknown mode? Yeah, so there's the whole image. It actually looks like the phase is synced pretty well. That is real wonky though. How is V-Active Max only 5 less than 817? See, that's the kind of thing that I was seeing that's weirding me out. So what I think they're doing is, if we go back to this, let's actually look at the horizontal blank period. So the lines per frame, 817, that's normal. V-Active, so we actually have 51 to 812 at the bottom. But our H-Sync period is 29 microseconds. So let's fire up Windows. Let's see what that changes to. So 29 microseconds for the, well, is there an H-Blank? Not really. H-Active, 51 to 812. Okay, let's remember that. 51 to 812 for H-Active. $58 to $482, that's because it's 640 by 480. 24 to 407. Because it's interlaced. Now it says 817i. Oh my gosh, I wonder, is it trying to, wait a minute. I wonder if it's not intended to be running on an original 8514 and it's trying to do progressive. And it's activating a mode that doesn't technically exist on the 84 or 8517 on the real one. Yeah, I think it might be expecting a clone. Because, you know, it would be crazy enough to run it on a real one. It's like, yeah, it's a completely different video mode. So it does work. That's the crazy thing. But I want you to understand, look at the flicker on here right now. That's completely different from the flicker that we saw on Fractant. I'm gonna rerun Fractant. I want you to see the difference in flicker. Unfortunately, this is a multi-sync monitor, but it's an analog multi-sync monitor, so I can't like bring up a status display that shows anything here, but that is as far that direction as this video can go. Okay, so we're actually missing some of the side of the 8514 output on this monitor, okay? You know what? I'll even do this. Hold on. I'm gonna sync it to this display at this refresh rate, and then we'll see how it no longer syncs after this. So let me just bring back up my photo of the camera setting for this, wherever it was. I did take a picture of it. Where is it? 'Cause I didn't trust myself not to forget it. Man, how long ago was it? Dude, we've been working on this PS2 stuff for way too long. Oh my gosh. Oh. Here we go. 248.5. 248.5. Boom. Okay. So now you can see the stupid interlaced shimmy. All right. Now let's see what it does when we launch Fractant. Okay, I'm gonna go high res, no border. So first off, it was on the left, now it's not. Sync rate, completely different. The flicker isn't worse, it's just different. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually like 24. You know what, for giggles, hold on. Shutter speed, 360, but frame rate, $24. Ooh, 21. Yep. It's progressive. Look, that's how fast it's actually going. Yeah, because it's exactly half of 42. So there we go. Yeah, it's a 21 hertz display. How is the monitor even accepting that? Think it'll give me a migraine IRL? It's incredibly unpleasant to look at in person, like extremely. This is awful. True cinema experience, yeah. Like, I'm waiting, you gotta see this. Like, look. Hold on, where's status text? Boom. 21 FPS at full frame rate. That's what it's taking. It is actually 21 frames per second. That is the speed. Each eye can only see 12 frames together. No, that's not true, our program. That is not, it's not, that's not how it works. Matter of fact, if I look over this way, yeah, because it's, eyeballs are complicated. 42 doesn't work. 42 will flicker because it's too fast. Here, I'll demonstrate. That is, I mean, I guess it does work. Maybe it is 42 frames per second progressive. They wrote special register compatible driver, but they also claim that you need, there's an option to fall back.
Tier 1. They've subscribed for 36 months, currently on a 9-month streak, and says thanks Twitch for not notifying me.
End of line.
Digital Sage, thank you for the tier 1 sub and for 36 months. I appreciate that. We're looking at horrors beyond our comprehension. This is Fractant running on the Real 8514, and it does it in some horrible, despicable modes that aren't real and can hurt you. I don't remember where to put it. That's fine. Could be 42 interlaced? It's just on the command line? Okay. I kind of want to try that. So just put AFI equals as a parameter. So fract int AFI equals, you know, unless you know something I don't digitalize Sage.
CHER 100, you thought the 8514S/ was bad before. You ain't seen nothing yet.
End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. Yes, we did digitalize Sage, but it doesn't actually support it. Like, it didn't actually do anything. Okay, high res. Let's see. It did do something different. It did Nothing. And I'm going to bring us back to 60 hertz. Oh, and get rid of the display. There we go. We do have head load running. Yep. Oh, that. What? Huh. Okay. Who even knows anymore, man? Yeah, I couldn't see that on the real monitor because the real monitor cannot resolve individual pixels. What is happening? Nobody knows. I think this is the Dwarf Fortress version of Fractant. Yeah, Mud World generation, exactly. So IBM's adapter interface does not handle drawing single pixels very well. We have to draw one pixel box, generating a zoom box when using interface. Excruciatingly slow. Still it works. But this is not that. I am not sure. Ben, I really don't understand what this is. Imagine how fast it'd be with the blue lightning. Yeah. No, that'll be when I get the Glyph Blaster installed, Dratinio. The worst part is that it is actually working. Like, I don't think it's broken. I don't think there's like a bad RAM chip in there or something. I think it is working. Did we run Fractant on the, no, I'm thinking of the TRS-80 Model 4. There was a Mandelbrot program on that. I'm curious what it does at the next stage. Have my opinion's changed any? Wondering how much we hate ourselves? Yeah, not that much, that's for sure.
Wesley Nixon.
All right, what's it gonna do?
With Prime. They subscribed for 47 months.
End of line.
Wesley, thank you for the Prime sub there and for 47 months. I appreciate that. Oh, there we go. It's just, this is the weirdest thing ever. I want to let it finish because I think it's going to be so weird and so cool. But on the other hand, it's taken so long. Oh, they all draw over themselves, Flare Aspire, these Mandelbrot programs. The way that they usually work is there'll be a button where I can pause this to interrupt it. And then I can select an area to zoom in and render more. And then I can choose to let it dwell on whatever region I prefer to have the full render, or I can leave it at its default zoom level here, which is usually the whole thing, but in this case it's not. So, yeah, they always do this like kind of dial-up image block macro kind of thing. Yeah, I'll take it till next week to finish. I really don't know. This is weird. I don't know what this drawing pattern is. Way slower through HID load? Yeah. HDI load? Yeah. Time to find a manual scan for the next 33 minutes while this quietly runs in a corner. Nah, I think I'm good. I don't think we're going to let this finish. Yeah. We just have to run it in seizure mode. For whatever video. Ugh. I'm not crazy about using Fractant because, again, I find modern homebrew to not be a good demonstration because it doesn't show proper support. It shows novelty support, which is completely different. So Dazzle, had it actually worked, would have been in the period software properly supporting it, but yeah. When I get the Ultra in the ATI Graphics Ultra, I can try it on that, see if that works. But yeah. The Paul Guy Ben couldn't confirm that that actually worked. So I will have to try and do some research on that. If you want to post a message about that game potentially supporting 8514 on Discord, I would appreciate that so I can look into it. Try 640 by 40 mode without AFI yes thing. Assuming the AI mode is horribly slow because it wouldn't be utterly forgotten as a graphics API. I don't know. There we go. Exit Fractant, no. Okay, so you want me to try 640 by 480? Let's see, 640, 480, monochrome. I mean, their description there of CGA makes me very interested in trying it. uh... 16 color VGA? Is that what we want? $85.14 640 480. Oh, there was that. Oh, okay. Let's try that. Yeah. Well, that's less stupid. Intriguingly, this is the same mode that AutoCAD ran in. So I wonder if the API is just better at this. All right, Paul Guy, it is fine. I'm going to go ahead and post about it myself in there so I don't forget. Okay. Stands for adapter interface OLN. I'm calling it API to distinguish from that. Or I will say adapter interface. I'm not convinced this is 640 by 480. Hold on. Why does it look so good? Hmm, 525p, okay. What was that other high-res mode? Was that actually... I don't know. Weird. Well, it is nice that that is a second application that I can run on the 8513. I'm going to try and run this again, fract int, and try the low res mode without the API driver. That is identical. And then that's ultra flicker mode, but way faster. That's weird. But I didn't specify that, FlareSpire, that's the thing. So our options are either hardware or AI, meaning adapter interface. So the 640 by 480 should support hardware as well. What about with border? What does that look like? This looks the same to me. What is with border? Just narrows the view slightly. All right. Weird. Alrighty. We have time to try DOS. Still DOS. Word 6.0. So let's try and get that on there. Because tomorrow then we can just move straight to building the 3D6 system. Okay. Let me grab the flash drive. So confirmed working is Windows, AutoCAD, and Fractant so far. That's it. I want my coffee. Fast enough to play Word Rescue. So it's not about the video card itself. The software must support the 8514 in order for it to actually work. Elsewise, it's just standard VGA. So it doesn't matter. All right. WinWorld. You know, it's always such a pain to find this application. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Microsoft Word. Word version 6.0. Oh, let's try on the PS2. When? Never. Especially not after this. Because the most hilarious part to me about the 8514 is that without it, Word's or Microsoft's Windows would have run much slower on everyone else's computers. The 8514 became the de facto Windows accelerator hardware. So without the 8514 existing, Windows adoption may not have spread as fast. So in a way, you can thank the PS2 for Windows becoming as popular as it is. Yeah. All right. Oh, gosh. Oh, weird. Anyone know what order it's going to ask for these in? Or am I just going to have to randomly press the button until it finds the one it wants? Cool. Would have been as slow as OS 2. Oh, burn. Oh, this is going to suck. Random button pressing is best button pressing. Yeah, I didn't really want it to take 40 minutes to install Word just because, like, didn't have all the thing. You know what we might be able to do? Setup is probably disk 1, yes. But here's what I'm thinking. We start Windows, and then, you know, I could also just turn it off and copy and paste all of the disk image contents into a folder. You know what? Let's just do that. Hold on, I'm just going to cheat. You guys don't mind a little cheating, do you? Activities. What? Where is extract? Oh, wait, no, it's not that. It's my own tool. Okay. Why'd you start Windows? Because I was not really thinking about the fact that I could just put the hard drive in here and then just do it that way. So we're going to go Setup. We're going to go Word. And then we're going to go through these all one at a time because I am guessing that these are all unique directories and that I can just do this. Like that Word.exe is one disk. I forget how to enable the IBM 8514 in Word, so this will be fun. Wait, why is there a second install? So setup. Oh gosh, this is going to be terrible. Did Word 6.0 have clip art? Yeah, I got no idea. Win3 file manager is atrocious. Yeah. Are you looking for native DOS supporting? I'm looking for anything that supports the 8514 right now that's not CAD, because nothing is going to be better than AutoCAD. I already have that working, so there's no point. So any software that natively supports the 8514. That's what I'm currently looking for. Supposedly Word 6.0 supports the 8514. AliCAD is not going to support the 8514. So it's basically down to I need to find a particular version of a Lotus, but the problem is that I can't find drivers for that to make it work. Ben has been looking as well. And what I may end up doing, instead of showing Lotus running on the real 8514, is running it on the ATI Graphics Ultra to show how they took the standard and then ran with it. That might end up being better. Because first off, could you imagine looking at a cell grid with an interlaced video output and having it flicker the whole time? Just, blah. It would be horrible. Now, if I recall correctly, there is a file in here somewhere that ends in 8514. Mouse 8514.sys. Yeah, so we should be able to set up the 85, yep, IBM 8514. So we should be able to set up Word with 8514 support. Master list of applications supported, having trouble? Yeah, I couldn't find one. I have Mahjong 8514 already. You know what? Let's just, on that. Let's just grab that. You open that over there, and then let's go back, and then we'll just put Mahjong. We'll put the patched one on there, because I got no clue. Already, wait, no, that was Dazzle. Extract, auto detect, Okay, I don't know what patch is. Oh my gosh, it's literally a patch file. What does this do? This archive contains a patch by someone to fix unwanted lines. Why is this not word wrapping? View word wrap. Enable. Okay. Extract this archive onto it. And if it's just lines, who cares? I'm just going to put the regular thing on there. Uh-oh. Compression method not supported. DeskView X does support 8514. Yes, I need to bring my copy of that here. Because I do own that. The problem with using DeskView X is it's a whole other ordeal. So I don't know if I want to dip my toes into that. No, I haven't decided on that. I'm just going to copy this to the drive and we'll just hope that PK Unzip can handle it, I guess. I don't know. I could see that, Roland. I've been trying to find the original monitor, but I've had no luck. I don't think they were particularly common because the whole system was particularly unpopular. I don't just mean PS2s in general, I mean the 8514 setup. Because you had to need it, you had to have a PS2, you had to be willing to put up with the interlaced quirks. Like, there are plenty of period people complaining about the interlaced video on the 8514. It's not just a modern thing. Okay, let's go ArmCam for now. No entry for 8514 on Moby Games. No way! For the one game that supports it? Everyone just went mainstream? Exactly, yeah, that's the thing. It would be inherent that 8514 support would work. So, that is one downside to the way the whole thing, goes through this. Windows 3 runs great.
The 8514 stayed in production after the 8514 Slash was discontinued, as it was just that good a monitor.
End of line.
Are you sure about that? Because what is your source on that? PC Paintbrush. Ooh, that could be a cool one. Also supports a page scanner. Yeah. Wait, PC Paintbrush does? Huh. The page scanner is not going to be set up during this because I'm leaving the RAM card in there for AutoCAD purposes. So, no page scanner. Yes, OLM, that is it. Yeah. So, for your benefit here, here will be Windows running on the 8514. So this monitor will shut off, that one will go over, or it'll just leave that there, I guess. So there is Windows 3 running on the 8514. It looks flickery here because it runs at 42 Hertz because it's stupid. But yeah, that's it. So it's a completely separate frame buffer for the internal VGA controller as opposed to the 8514. There are different address spaces. So in theory, you could do MDA, VGA, and 8514 all in one go. No software will support that though. AutoCAD could with MView to 2 monitors, but it's not going to. So anyway, it's kind of a hack to say something has 8514 support if you run it on Windows. So, all right, let's wonder why the prompt isn't showing. Hey, look, there it is. It was just shy. It was hiding. All right. Let's try Mahjong first. CD, setup, dir. All right, so C, bin, PK, unzip, star.zip. Cool. I was not sure that was gonna work. All right, MGA8514. Let's see what happens. Okay. Methinks this was this is extremely cursed. So that, if you take this full monitor as 1024, that would be about 640. So I think it's not compatible with the real 8514 in that it's not tripping 1024 by 768 interlace mode. Pretty sure it's running in 640 by 480 progressive. Okay. I also have no idea how you play Mahjong. This and that look the same. Do I like click this and then this? Oh dear God, that's so slow. And then this tile is not free. Why is it not free? There's nothing on top of it. Okay, this and then this. Oh, sorry, I don't know, that one's not free either. Okay, you and you. Okay, well, another thing expecting a clone? I think there might be. Another 2 card games. I am not even going to entertain that checkers, which is just squares and circles, but the solitaire looks kind of interesting. Klondike Solitaire 1989, huh? Okay. Olan, can I get you to post that in Discord? It has to be the free side, too. It has to be free to the side. I don't know what that means. Things need to be able to slide out left or right. Oh, I guess you're not using a pick and place machine to suction cup them out, so I suppose that makes sense. All right, well, this is a fail. So, yeah, semi 8514 compatible. I wish I had the 386 machine set up. We're going to try the ones that don't work here today on the 386 with the Diamond Cell 24 this weekend. This, by the way, should be semi 8514 compatible. It's not going to be fully, because S3 was like, we'll make it 8514-ish compatible. Thank you all, and it's been a very entertaining fail. Yeah, hopefully it quits cleanly. Nope. Alt F4. Nope. Q. Control C. Control C worked. That's a first. RIP non-multi-monitor users. Huh. Well, actually, that's kind of interesting now. Because in theory, we could be displaying something with a TSR on the 8514, and then over here, I could be running E and editing a document. Dude, why didn't Dazzle work? Could you imagine running Dazzle over there as a TSR and still just doing something over here? What if it's even better? What if Mahjong supports this, and if I rerun the game, it save stated it, it just picks it back up where you left off. So while you're at work, you can have it on one monitor, and you can be contemplating your next move while you're doing your actual, typety type, and then every now and then you just fire back up and go do a thing. All right, let's install Word. The anti-boss key, yeah. Type mode coordinating surprise just DOS prompt? I did not know that. That's awesome. I will have to try that at some point. All right, CD, setup, CD, Word, setup. I don't remember how to configure it for 8514, so hopefully it's not too bad. Okay, welcome to the setup program for Microsoft Word 6.0. You can set up and help you install Word by doing a whole bunch of nonsense. Okay, you need to know the following. Yep. Set up on hard disk, sure. Install a new version of Word, C Word, yup. Okay. Yep, I got one of them. Okay, now this is where it gets funky. IBM 8514A, ooh, or XJ, or compatible. That is super duper cool to see. I have not seen that listed in a program yet. Or compatible. Yeah, that makes the cut. How many bits do we need to cheer to get video capture instead of flickery? Probably 100. That would get my attention. There's a Tecmar by Zenith? That's weird. All right. Do not install printer drivers. Yeah, George from you know what? I want this to go fast. I'm not going to install the spell checker. Do not install Thesaurus. Do not install converters. Do not install help files. Do not install lessons. Do not update the Microsoft mouse driver. Customize run in text mode or graphics mode. Well, I guess we'll customize. Run in graphics mode. Word is faster in text mode. Yeah, but text mode is for nerds. Use drag and drop, absolutely. 6.0. Insert is the overtype. Sure, whatever, I don't care. Describe what you see in the box. Whoa. I wasn't aware I was going to take a Rorschach test here. 2 shades of blue, 2 shades of red. 1 shade of blue and 2 shades. I mean, choose this option if you have an LCD screen. 8.5 by 11, sure. Okay. I'm really curious what this is going to look like in 8514 mode. It better not just be 640 by 480 with like a bunch of colors. So was the weirdo resolution that Dazzle ran in, that wasn't quite 640 by 480, the only way to get 256 color in standard VGA? There is no original to this 640 by 480 with 256 color mode, correct? Can DOS shell? Ben, I asked too many questions, so I'm not 100% sure. Can DOS shell run in high-res mode if you customize it? I seem to recall something about DOS shell run supporting the 8514, but I'm going to go with that doesn't matter because I'm not putting DOS 5 on here. VJ topped out 16 colors except in 320 by 200. Okay, that's what I thought. Tech Tangents. As we all know, that is my official name. Please type your full name, Tech Tangents. Okay, update the system. For Word to run effectively, 7 needs to update your system configuration files, set up updates, or create system files for you, rename your old. So I'm just, sure, whatever, I don't care. Config.old. What is config? Oh, sys. You know what, sure, it's probably just adding pads. However, there's already a file, config, even. Install, sure, why not? Whoa. Okay, so the 8514 then was the only way to get 640 by 256, or 640 by 480 256. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I know, right? You love seeing that kind of ASCII art in your publishing software. 9x boot splash. I mean, that was probably the 320 by 200, whatever it is. So that's pretty low resolution, actually. But also by that point, by Windows 98, 95, whatever, you would have had more cards like the Diamond Stealth 24 that could have just done 640 by 480 256 color mode. So it might have been an assumed feature, but I might be wrong. I might have also supported this. I don't know. Change the index color to make the progress bar move. Yeah, the palette cycling. I regret installing fonts, but on the other hand, they will look a lot better. Dude, you're copying from hard drive to hard drive. How slow can this be? It's not like it's even extracting anything. Cannot find something or another. Skip file. I don't care. Okay, there we go. Yay, Word. All right, let's see. And... Huh. Same problem. Actually, it's kind of worse. Why is it just like super high-res text mode? Did I load the 85? Yeah, it's in auto exec. It always loads. Does this not actually support 8514? Because again, when this will do proper 1024 by 768 interlaced. There it is. It works. There's nothing wrong with it. Because I think they're trying to use a non-interlaced mode, Ben, that doesn't exist on this card. I think this might be a great example of how the industry took the 8514 baton and ran with it to evolve the standard. I think that might be what we're seeing in real time. So, Fractint, which doesn't count, AutoCAD, and the Windows driver are the only things that support the 8514 natively so far. That's true, Ben. So from my understanding, I think the ATI Graphics Ultra is going to come with a driver disk that emulates the IBM API. So it's possible it's slightly different in that they're trying to activate a mode like that. Because I can see Fractant not having been tested on real hardware yet again, because this is a weird setup. But Fractant worked correctly when it was doing hardware level access, not through the HDI load. Yeah. So I'm going to guess anything after 1990 was a compatible card. We already rebooted. So that's not it. Unless they can fix this, I don't think that that's going to be it. CD E config.sys. I don't know what it will have done. Device DOS. No, I don't see anything in here that Word modified actually. That could be it, but I'm pretty sure that was already there. We could check that, but I don't think that that's it. Maybe stacks? I think stacks might be new. I think that's it. I think that's what it did. Storm Crash, yes. The 8514 was not documented hardware-wise, which is why ATI's Endeavor was so impressive. So trying it without HDI load, I don't really want to, but I'm pretty sure this is the new line here. Wait, is comp like an actual command I can run? Hold on, I'm just curious. Ben, comp sucks. Whatever. All right. Huh. DOS needs more Git. You know, I've never looked into Git for DOS. It probably exists. It sure is in diff. Yeah. I mean, it told me they are, in fact, different. One was binary, one was text, and also IBM. Oh, it converted it to EBDIC. That was probably it. Well, we tried every program I'm aware of, except for DeskViewX, because ugh. I'm not against trying DeskViewX, but I think we're going to install that with the clone cards, because, oh my gosh. We could put it on the separate compact flash card on here, but I don't know, man. Well, I'll bring it tomorrow. I'll try to remember to bring it tomorrow, and we'll look at what the date is on the box. But if it's after like 1990, I don't think it's worth trying to put it on this machine. We can put it on the clone that we'll build, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to dig out the test bench. We're going to get it set up with a 3.6 motherboard. We're going to put the Diamond Stealth 24 into it for now, and then we're going to run that as our clone compatible test system. It's also possible I may go see if I can dig up a 486 machine so we can have it be slightly faster. There's no reason it has to be a 386 other than I didn't have a 386 before and I already have all the hardware set aside for a full 386 build. That's just like turnkey ready to go. So I don't know. Make that determination tomorrow. But we definitely need to retry Mahjong, Word. There was one more, wasn't there? I don't think Dazzle was ever going to work. So we can, you know, we should try Dazzle. Maybe it'll detect 8514 support on a clone and run it then. That would be interesting. Anyway, yeah, but that is going to be it for now. So I'm going to go ahead and start the outro after I accidentally switched to the wrong camera. Alrighty, well, that's going to be it for now. We will continue this tomorrow, but we're going to continue it on a different system using the clone card that I already owned. So fun fact, I tried to use this card in my 46 PC and it was horrifically slow. It ran terribly. Now I know why. It's super early. So that would be why it was so horrible. But it should be somewhat applicable for this. It should be a second generation-ish 8514 clone. So it will be kind of interesting to try now that I have the proper perspective on the hardware. So yeah. Oh, PC Paintbrush, yes. Scanner card is missing, so boo. Yeah, we can try PC Paintbrush. If you could post that in Discord so I remember, I'll try and grab that. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. So if you guys enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, I am on Patreon, or you can get a shirt like this one. I think washing the shirt is what's causing all the damage on these. I need to order new ones. These ones are very old, so, you know, they've lasted a while. Anyway, that's it for now, and I will see you next time.